Hey fellas, in this video I'm going to talk about pornography. I'm finally going to make a video. I've had a lot of questions from you guys asking me what's my thoughts on pornography. Does pornography give you social anxiety? Does pornography, is it bad, is it good? I'm going to tell you my personal experience. I think pornography is dreadful. I think it's awful. I think it's damaging a lot of men and women, and it's catastrophic if you've got social anxiety and you've already struggling with self-esteem and you're on the path to improving your confidence. Pornography is terrible, and I'm going to tell you why. That's why I gave up pornography. I'm going to just tell you my experience. I mean, what can I say? It's bad because it doesn't make you feel good, does it? You never watch pornography and then, leave the house feel good. You never go into work and you say to everyone, I've had a great weekend and I've never felt so good. And they say, why is that? And you say, I've just watched pornography. It makes you feel ashamed. There is a disassociation when you watch attractive women and you masturbate to other people having sex. It ruins your relationships with women, and most importantly, it ruins the relationship with you. And I'm a very spiritual person, and I believe when you watch that stuff, you open yourself up to bad, negative energies. And I'm going to go even further, and I just want to share my thoughts and see what you guys think about this, because I experienced it. When I watched pornography, it actually made me feel angry. So maybe not initially, but you don't realise the after effects. So people probably, I think a lot of men, and I've been in this thought process, think, is it bad just to go on and watch it? The actual act of it, of course it's not good, because realistically what you're saying is, unconsciously, I can't have sex with a woman in real life and build a real relationship, so I'm going to go on the internet and masturbate. So clue is in the title, and when we ask is it good, we know it's not good, because we wouldn't even ask that otherwise. Pornography doesn't build your self-esteem, it doesn't attract you women, it just, and what I found is if you keep watching it, you get addicted to it, and obviously addiction is bad. So whether it's pornography or any other thing, but I especially think pornography is bad. And what you'll probably find is what I found, and I found this pattern with myself a few years ago, and I was working through shadows and dissolving multiple personalities and aligning myself and getting more congruent and honest. Your addictive personality that watches pornography eats junk food. It also lies, jealousy. So, if you're addicted in one area, you probably find you're addicted in many areas. And it comes down to self-control. If you want to develop as a person, even whether you're a woman watching this, if you can't control your sexual arousal or any arousal like anger or jealousy, that is going to affect your relationships with people. Because pornography is a lack of integrity, it's a lack of self-control. It's never coming from the right place. There's never a time when you watch pornography and it's going to serve you. Never. And most of the women in the videos, I've watched a documentary on it, are traumatized, they're damaged. That's why they're doing that. I watched a very powerful documentary about an ex-porno star who became a Christian and shared her, she shared the experience about doing it. Maybe you should check it out on YouTube. I can't remember the name, but you'll find it if you go on YouTube and write pornography star Christian. And she was saying how damaged that the women were and how damaged she was. So these women are really damaged. So when we watch this stuff, we're contributing to this damaged, consciousness. And I believe it gives you bad luck. I really do. If you watch pornography, your business is probably going to go bad. Your relationships are going to go bad. Of course it is. It's going to affect everything. It's going to affect your relationship. Because we have to really look at what is the motives behind it. Let's go through the psychology, what happens. I'll take you through the emotions. So you're sitting down now, and usually the pattern is you get bored, maybe you think of a story you go in the past, and you get a lonely thought, and then you feel lonely, and you feel down, you feel depressed, and then the idea comes, maybe watch pornography, arousal, because really what it is escapism, it's avoidance. And obviously not just people with social phobia or personality disorders, a lot of people do this. They get bored, they get lonely for an hour or a second, and then they go on pornography as an escape. So pornography is not going to make you less lonely, it's going to make you more lonely, and you're going to carry shame. So things like, I know this sounds, no, it doesn't sound silly. Things like making eye contact with people, how I am with you guys now, super present. Can you feel that? I'm right with you. Very hard to be present when you've been watching pornography, because in the back of your mind, when you're around people socializing, you're going to carry guilt and shame. Unless you're, unless you're a psycho and you don't care about life or nothing, it wouldn't apply. I'm assuming that you're not. So it isn't good. And I've had, numerous conversations with different people about it. People have had different thoughts. I've actually spoke to some ex-girlfriends and they've said they don't think it's bad, but I disagree. And I actually think it's really bad for relationships. I didn't watch it too much when I was in a relationship with women, but I did watch it for quite a long time. In a period last year when I was going through this spiritual cleansing, and now I've completely stopped it. I won't touch it. My self-control is very strong. Yes, I get aroused, but I can control it. Even things like Facebook. Now Facebook has become like a porno site. There's so many videos that are posted up with women's asses, tits out, erotic pictures that get you aroused. So you've got to have the strength. What I've actually done is I've used pornography as a way to strengthen my integrities by not watching it, because it's everywhere, it's on the internet, it's accessible. So if you can have the discipline not to watch pornography, you can have the discipline to start your own business. You can have the discipline to face your social anxiety. You can have the discipline to invest in a mentor. You can have the discipline to go to a seminar. These are all the areas that I'm sure and I'm intuitive that you want to improve in. This whole YouTube channel is about social confidence, confidence in life, overcoming fears and insecurities. So watching pornography is not going to do you any good. It's going to do you no good. So spiritually, it's bad. It opens you up for shadows. So when you watch pornography, you open up. If you're a spiritual person, I really believe this. If you're not, never mind. The shadows, the entities, the demons and the dishonesty and the pain and the trauma that comes into your body. You go out your house and you vibrate at a certain frequency. I'm not joking. I know this can sound crazy, this language. You attract other people that are in a bad place. You start attracting negative people. They also watch pornography. You probably I find, and this is helping a lot of men that I work with in my 6 weeks program who've got problems with addiction, and looking at my old self, lots of people watch pornography are addicted to drugs, people pleasing, jealousy. So again, it's a personality that we have to look at. So you'll know if you've got a real problem with pornography, obviously, because if you stop it and you feel really agitated and angry that you can't get to it, that's showing you that pornography makes you angry. And of course pornography is going to make you jealous. Of course, when you're watching very beautiful women having sex and all these different positions, and some of the sex goes to levels that I'm not even going to speak about. When you go down the street and you're walking down the street, you're going to see a woman. Of course you're going to have hate towards her. Of course you're going to have jealousy, and of course you're going to see her as a sex object, and you're not going to be able to speak to her. You're going to be tongue-tied because you've been watching porn, and it's the shame around it. A lot of men write to me saying that they've got shame. Look, I had shame for many years. I was really ashamed about my relationship with my dad, and I was ashamed about being bullied at school. I was ashamed of who I was. But I'm not ashamed of who I am anymore. I'm very proud of who I am, and it's because I'm congruent in every area. I really like the person I am. So I can speak from experience being addicted, watching it, and experiencing not being on it, not going back on it. And I tell you what, I make a promise, and I don't break my promise. I'm very strong when I set my mind. If I did slip out and watch it, I'll make a video, I'll tell everyone about it, because that's part of my spiritual practice. When I make mistakes or lie, which is very rare, I will tell people about it. Sometimes when I go and work with a student, if I made a mistake, the first thing I do is say, oh, by the way, I want to share that I made a mistake in this area. It's never a big one, but I still like to say it. It makes me feel clean, and that's being an honest person. Being honest doesn't mean you don't make mistakes all the time. Sometimes it means you own up to them. So if you watch porn and then you don't tell people, you become a liar and a cheat. You become, you don't trust yourself. So as far as I'm concerned, pornography is an act of self-hate. It's self-sabotaging. It gives you a bad outlook on women. It gives you a bad look out on yourself. Like I said, it opens you up to shadows. Don't be surprised if you get into fights with people, you argue, you get bad luck, you don't do well in your business, you don't do well in university, school. your family, relationship with the self-esteem. How you treat yourself is going to project in how you treat other people. I certainly wouldn't be in a position I am now doing the job I love if I was to continue watching pornography and doing all the other vices. So I'm talking about sexual pornography, but I'm actually talking about addictions in this video. And that same principle applies to all addictions. If you drink alcohol to escape pain, it's going to open you up to shadows. If you're violent, if you fight, if you cheat, if you lie, people pleasing, if you're bullying people, all these bad tendencies that make us not feel good, that are not part of who we truly are, they're going to ruin your self-esteem. So see pornography as see it as a teacher, as a bad teacher to keep you away. If you can keep away from pornography and quit it, it says a lot about your character. It says a lot about your character, because years ago I had a very weak character. I had no self-control. If someone criticised me, any little thing, or disagreed with me, I felt a rush of anger. I couldn't control myself, and that's why I scared a lot of people away, and I had this social anxiety. So of course pornography is going to give you more social anxiety. I've said it before. It's a massive part of my emphasis that I teach on my 6 weeks program. If you are doing things in your life that make you ashamed, you're always going to have an excessive amount of anxiety when you're around people socializing. You're always going to feel judged. You're always going to feel paranoid. Yet you're not going to trust people. So this is an empowering message, and I just really want to share this. And it's your choice, but I would really keep away from it, especially if you've got social anxiety or any sort of personality disorder, which is what I help people with and I've overcome. So let me know what your thoughts are on this video. I'm going to stop it here. If you want me to make another video about pornography, if there's things I missed out on and you want me to explain why, you want me to go into other areas, I can go deeper into this, or you want me to do a video on addictions, let me know, I'll make another video. I've said everything that I needed to say, so I'll see you in the next video, and quit it. And please leave your comments in the box below. I really want to know what people think, especially for this video. I'm curious, because I know it did me a hell of a lot of good. And I'm really, excited to know, even if you're addicted to it, if you admit it, I really respect that. So if you've got an addiction, write on the comments, and we'll start a forum and try and support each other. That's what my channel is about. I'll see you guys soon. I love you, enjoy the process.